Hey VC, it's Trevor back with another flat round and spun. Here to steal my buddy Mike's phrase, Mike MJK Boston, as we all know, to steal one of his catchphrases. It's a Friday cheers, and to make it apropos, got some Labatt Blue. I'm not pouring it in a glass, straight from the can. That's how I roll. Classic stuff. Anyhow, I'm doing a video of it's kind of part VCLT because I got something from the vinyl community. And yesterday I got a package in the mail from someone not from the VC, but a family member of mine. Got to see several weeks ago, probably about maybe 2 months ago. My cousin and his wife they live in North Carolina. They were in the Pacific Northwest. They went to Vancouver to go see the Stones. And I saw that his wife was posting pictures on Facebook of being in Seattle. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? You're in town? You didn't even let me know? And she's just like, oh man, sorry, I totally spaced out, which is cool. But after they got back from Vancouver, we met up for dinner and, had a great conversation. We were there for a couple hours, probably pissed off the wait staff there for taking up a table for so long. But anyhow, it was great conversation. And of course, I had to go on and on about the vinyl community and how awesome it is with all the people that I've gotten to know in the last few years through this medium. And she said that, that she's got some records that, she might, send out. And I totally spaced on it. And yesterday I got this decent sized box. So I'm going to go show off what she sent. There's actually quite a few here. On top, and she left a note saying that this was like her favorite album and really sprung her into the direction of her taste in music. And I had only heard of this album and movie. It's a soundtrack to a movie from I don't know, maybe a year or two ago. But it's called Times Squares, or Times Square, sorry, not plural. Times Square, obviously from New York. I watched the trailer to this movie last night. Apparently these are two escapees from a mental institution and go off and do crazy stuff. But the set on this is so cool. I mean, you got Susie Quattro, The Pretenders, Roxy Music, Gary Newman with Down to the Park, probably one of my favorite Gary Newman songs. Marcy Levy with Robin Gibb. I wonder how that happened because, well, it's on RSO Records, which is Robert Stigwood's thing, which was the Bee Gees manager, so that's how that is. Robin Johnson and Trini Alvarado. Fuck it, whatever. But the Ruts, Lou Reed, Desmond Child, and Rouge. We all know Desmond Child is a big songwriter. Talking Heads, Joe Jackson, XTC, The Ramones. Who else? The Cure. I mean, this is 1980 with The Cure on here. David Johansen and others. But yeah, very cool stuff. Really looking forward to playing this. Also, a nice 7-inch of Kiss, Tears Are Falling. The B-side, Any Way You Slice It. We got The Waitresses. Let's see if it's got the one song that I know on here. Yep, I Know What Boys Like on here. Was their big hit. This is very cool. You got the Beatles Blue. Out of the two, I do prefer the blue over the red, because that was kind of my favorite era of the Beatles. So, the latter stuff. I kind of remember these guys, Mama's Boys. I remember them doing a version of Mama We're All Crazy Now. Around the same time Quiet Riot did one, but this is a 12-inch single for Needle in the Groove. Actually a gold stamp promo single too. Very cool. This one I had to look up because I'd never heard of this group. It's Lime, the greatest hits, and come to find out, they're from Montreal. This is from '85, so Olivier from the Vinyl Lounge might be familiar with this. So kind of cool dancey stuff. Kind of dug it. I've never owned anything by the Kinks, and this is the live album, I believe. One for the road, yeah. Live album. I think I remember the version of Lola that got played on the radio was from this. So the Kinks. Got Elton John's self-titled that has Your Song on it. The Big Hit. Let's see, we got a Meet the Beatles. Very cool. To me, this is odd to me because I've had Meet the Residents so long where they kind of drew all over this, so this is kind of strange to see it this way. I know, it's like the opposite of what everyone else is going through. Bay City Rollers. I guess legend has it that they were trying to figure out the name of the band, these guys from Scotland, and they threw a dart at a map and it landed in Michigan in Bay City. So that's how they named themselves, the Bay City Rollers. 70s bubblegum pop. So interested in hearing this. And finally, Spring Session M from Missing Persons with the lovely Dale Bozzio and her husband Terry Bozzio. Let's see, the big songs off this: Destination Unknown, Walking in LA, and Words. Those are the ones I recognize off this. So very cool. Thank you to my cousin's wife. I don't know if she wants to be named, so I'll just leave it at that. And secondly, I got some VCLT from my brother, my good friend, Anthony Gambler 812. I mentioned that I was just missing a couple things in my Bob Seger collection. And he's like, I got some doubles. They're not the greatest condition, but I'm like, that's fine. These will be placeholders. So got me some 9 Tonight, recorded at, it was coincidentally enough, recorded both in Boston and in Detroit. But yeah, this is actually quite an underrated live album. Very cool stuff. It's obviously, since this was like, I think 81, 82, really comprised a lot of the 3 big records that he had post Live Bullet. So you got Night Move stuff, Stranger in Town, and Against the Wind stuff on here. So cool stuff. And speaking of Stranger in Town, right there, that classic big hits on here. I mean, shit. I mean, I think side 1 got played on the, being from Detroit, they played a lot of this stuff. Actually, a lot of this album got played, but Hollywood Nights, Still the Same, Old Time Rock and Roll, Till It Shines, Feel Like a Number. I mean, just the first side alone, just bangers. And then he threw in an extra thing. I only knew the big song off this, but soundtrack to Eddie and the Cruisers, John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band. So, never listened to the whole thing, but I will definitely be checking it out. Thank you, Anthony, very much. So, it is the weekend. It's Friday night when I'm recording this, and it's been a very long week. Hopefully this weekend, try to straighten out this room and make it to where I could actually sit and have a little bit more showing in here because, like I said from the last video, it's still a disaster area in this room. So anyway, VC, hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we will talk to you soon. See ya!